Hi, she's Trixie, and I'm Sarah, and this is our Yarn World, a place where we come to share the love of yarn crafts and all that it gives us, and what we hope it gives you. We're on episode 169 today, and we are here to share with you
another week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a groggy day today. We are from Michigan, and we are dealing with a lot of rain.
Springtime.
It's trying to push out the snow, but it's making everything muddy, and it is leaving a very gloomy kind of
Cloudy day.
cloudy days. So I'm very surprised that we have as bright of a video. My light on my mind still is casting so many shadows in the camera. It's quite well lit. But despite all these gloomy days, we're trying to, make them cozy, make them fun. Today we have at least one project fully done, and we did one final haul to JoAnn's. I know that we keep saying that it's our final one, but we wanted to hopefully get some souvenirs, depending on how everything went down. As JoAnn's is coming to an end, they are pulling out everything from the back, and some things that I've never seen before, such as some of the stuff that we are going to be sharing with you today. Now, I'm not saying that I have ever worked at JoAnn's, and whether the stuff was out or not at your JoAnn's is different, but I personally have not seen this stuff until about the sale. So we will share those things with you, and hope you come along for the ride. Get some coffee, get something nice to drink, enjoy some fellowship, and maybe get some of your project done while we talk about ours.
Yeah. So, on this gloomy day, I'm going to bring you some color. And this blanket, I will have to say, it is a true scrappy blanket. If I finished one yarn, I hooked another one onto it, and I just kept going.
Did it feel good?
Yeah. So it wasn't paired with white this time.
It was just...
There's two yarns.
Actively working.
Yep. So I would make sure that it was different from the one that I was working with already. But other than that, there was no criteria. You try to tend to have a light and a dark, but I don't always follow that rule. Sometimes they're the same tone. Sometimes they're, as long as they're different and you can see the difference, that's what I went with. So, let me get up here. I started with red. And I have, there's kind of a theme in this. There's either red or there's pink.
Oh.
But
it's just what you had, though.
And it was my scrappy stuff. So reds and yellows, and then my red went into the blues, and it went into the teal, and the teal got matched with the pink, and the pink went into the purples, and the purple just kept going, so I had yellow and white, and then the white I ended up pairing with black. Black went into the red, and then the red went into the yellow, and the yellow went into the blue, and the blue went into the pink, and then the pink it ended up going into a gray. So the blue went into a gray, the gray went into a red, and I had to switch out red, so I went from a dark red to a lighter red, and that blue just continued on, and the red went, and I switched into a green. The green got paired with a light pink and then a dark pink, which I love that, and the green continued. It went into, I had yellow and then a purple, dark purple. And the dark purple I paired with a light purple, and that light purple is just like glowing in the dark. When I was working with it, I was just like, oh, that looks like glow in the dark. The purple continued. I went into teal. The teal went into a dark pink. That dark pink and that teal is my favorite colors in the whole world.
That combination.
Yes, that combination. And then I still had teal, so I paired it with a brown. The brown got paired with a red, and then the brown got paired with a light pink. The pink got paired with a light gray, and then into a dark gray. And that's where we end. This thing is...
Oh.
The chains are 101, but you going back is 100. But it is as tall as I am, plus all the way up to my fingertips.
Good Lord.
All the way up. Because I wanted this to be for anybody that was taller or whatever. If you're laying on the couch and you want to snuggle up and have the blanket over your head and over your feet and whatever, you can do that with this one because it is long. But it's so cozy and so good, and it was fun to work on in the cold winter that we've been having. Working on something that covers your legs while you're working on it is just so delicious.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's very rewarding.
Yes. And so what I do though is, you know how we love our
canvas
bags. Got this long time ago, and so
wasn't it a Hobby Lobby find?
Yeah, and I am able to roll this. I fold it up twice,
Long ways,
and then I roll it. So like a
towel.
Yeah, like a towel, a bath towel. So I'm able to fit it into this, but I did not bring a working project with me. I did start another one last night with my big twist, and it's going to be my spring blanket for my bed.
And you're keeping that because that's your
Yes.
your JoAnn's memorabilia.
It's going to be for my bed for spring. And
I might need to make a patch for that one to say in honor of JoAnn's or something.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is a different pattern. So I will show you next week, but I wanted to show you that on my bag we were able to find. We found this the first time we went, but we didn't get them because they were a little bit more expensive.
Oh no, one of the last times we went, knowing that JoAnn's was leaving, we saw these.
Yeah.
Their at starting price is a little bit more expensive than what we would normally feel comfortable buying as some sort of a souvenir or keychain.
Yeah.
But with it being on sale and with it being meant as a memorabilia, we decided that we would go back and pick it up as it is so cute and something that we would enjoy.
So it is it's a big it's twisting on me. It's a big twist.
It's
keychain.
But it's supposed to look like a skein of yarn.
Yeah, and it's got a happy face on it. And
it's just so cute, and it has big twists in it.
So the only colors that we had at our store was purple and pink. And I love pink. You can't tell. I wear this thing all the time. But Sarah had both in her hands. She could not figure out which one she wanted, but
I ended up getting a pink as well.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why is because it's very catchy to the eye. My mom has already taken these off.
I took the tag off. Yeah.
I also found that you could see the idea of it being wound with the stitching much better on the pink than the purple. But the purple did have eyes open with a smiley face and not with its eyes closed, but I just didn't care. I I might not be a pink girl, but I've always appreciated the vibrant colors of a working yarn.
Yeah.
As for me, yarn has been more of my crayons growing up and then crayons have been,
Yeah.
my coloring tool.
Yeah.
Ever since I was little, I always would steal my mom's yarn and make things out of it.
And your grandma's.
Yeah, even if it wasn't, even if I wasn't crocheting, I used to make yarn dolls all the time for my
Yeah.
friends at school.
Yeah.
So color is still important to me and how I use it, even if I don't use it in my everyday attire.
Yeah.
It is something I still very much respect and love. All colors
Oh, yeah.
bring life.
Yes. So beautiful.
But yep, so I have mine. I am trying to still figure out where I want to put mine. But I didn't just get this, because in that space, now I've seen some of these sporadically around the store, so this is not something that is new to me. These felt new to me. I feel like these were relatively new, put out maybe even a month or so before the store was closing. This felt like a relatively new item, but if this Big Twist is going to go out, and I love the brand, might as well have a memorabilia. Now, my husband did take the time to look that up. Big Twist, separate from JoAnn's, does have a website. Now, it does say that it's, when you look in the fine print, it says Big Twist, owned by JoAnn's.
Okay.
But Big Twist has its own website. It's not a JoAnn's website with the yarn on it.
Okay.
It is a Big Twist website, but it says owned by JoAnn's. My husband said that if they were smart, they would keep it, such as like how other businesses have lost a physical location. Still having like an online store would still be smart, because people still know them. Kind of like how for a while Blockbuster did that, or like other places have done that, where their physical aspect of themselves was no longer present, but the online present was still reliable, because there's still so many loyal customers that could still, and with them having their own yarn brand that people still loved and relied on for their colors, and we already know what they feel like.
Yeah.
JoAnn's, we would do that. We would buy from that online. Yes. We would. Yeah. Anyway. So they had a whole Big Twist section with different,
a display
with different items. It was that different. They also had so these are kind of little plushy keychains. Yeah. They also had one that was a crochet hook. They had one that was open scissors. That was plushies too. We just wanted these. But they had Big Twist patches, and I got one that's called the Yarn Lover. It kind of has like that old-fashioned tattoo heart style with like the I love mom or something look on it. But with this one, it has both the knitting needles and the crochet hook in it, which, I mean, speaks to me, because I am a lover of both those those yarn forms. But they also had enamel pins. Now, I have like a fake velvet bag purse that I could put these sort of enamel pins on. Yeah. And I've been wanting to do different clips and enamel pins on it, because I thought that would give it some life, because it's just a plain green dark velvet bag purse, over the shoulder. I don't wear it very often, but when I do, I like seeing the decorations on it, because it just seems fun. And so these are definitely going on that. But this one is the same shape and with the needle sticking out of it, but it's inside of a little potion bottle. Like, this is what you would have to drink to become a yarn crafting connoisseur. And I thought that it was quite darling. Oh, come on. There we go. So this was a Big Twist as well. And then this one I just thought was so great. I think this it's supposed to look like a constellation, maybe. Like a constellation in the sky.
That is the Hermit.
But it's the Hermit, which is a girl and with her yarn craft, doing what she wants and being antisocial. Me. So again, another Big Twist item, enamel pin, and I just thought that was just so cool. I honestly was thinking about putting it on being like a you know,
On your sweater.
on my sweater. That seems so. I love older fashion trends modernized, where it's like the idea of, okay, if this is something that feels much more something that a different generation would have done, but put it into this century, like, oh, I'm wearing my cardigan, I'm gonna put some pins on it, but it's something really just sarcastic and funny. Oh, I'm gonna be such a fun grandma. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone constantly talks about how people in my age demographic keep talking about having these grandma hobbies of getting into crafting or needlepoint or different versions of quilting even, and it's because they just don't want to go out.
Yeah, we don't want them to go out.
Well, no, it's not that. It's they personally, now that they're an adult, they live on their own, they don't want to go out. They're either reading or they're doing crafts, and they call it their granny era.
Yeah.
They're getting it early, and or gardening or bird watching. It's a whole thing where it's this trend of, we get it. Like, it's, why wait till you're older to appreciate these things when honestly, it just works. Like, what? This should not have some sort of weird connotation. This just works. I don't care. And they were talking about some of their friends calling them old-fashioned. I'm just being like, I just appreciate what I like, and I'm just not going to let it bother me.
Right.
But I've always enjoyed these crafts. It has never really aged me because I've always made it my own. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what other people think. I think at this point,
everybody loves what you do already. So why would that?
I remember, I have a friend, very good friend of mine. She dealt with suicidal thoughts and tendencies and attempts on her life, and she survived 2 or 3 of them, I do believe. Very close calls. She did not believe that she was going to make it past the age of 18. She is since then almost about to hit her 30s like me, with a husband and kids. And every milestone, every single time she reaches a new point in her life, she is always so excited about it. She is even talking about how she can't wait to have she wants to be someone that has long hair while it turns colors. She doesn't want it to be short because she doesn't care if it's really white. She doesn't care if it's really silver. She doesn't care what color it changes. She's like, I just want to celebrate it. And I'm always just like, you're just not afraid to grow up? And she's like, no. She's like, because I did not think I was going to live past 18. So every single time I hit another milestone, I get stuck by that part of myself that never thought I was going to live to ever experience this. And I want to experience it to the fullest. Well, and there's just such an appreciation of life that she has.
Living in the present, that's what we're supposed to be doing anyway.
Yeah. So when she gets a craft or she gets something and she gets really excited about something, and she brings so much life into stuff. And sometimes she comes to me and she's like, do you think I'm going to annoy my kids when I get older because I just get so excited about, like, Christmas? She's so, like, she makes her husband literally put all the lights on her house. They have to buy all the things for their yard. And she's like, do you think that they're going to get embarrassed or they're going to be overwhelmed by me? I said, you make things so magical because you want to experience things to the fullest.
Right.
They're gonna end up learning how great their mom was because their mom wanted to share such magical experiences with them. That's, you listen to them. If they're exhausted, you do say, okay, we'll slow down. It's not like she just ignores what they want or what they need for her own enjoyment. I'm like, so sometimes I think even with, like, crafts like this, when they have a connotation or like a stigma, if it makes you enjoy life and it's not hurting you or anybody else,
Yeah. Let it go.
celebrate it.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to learn to celebrate what makes our life meaningful.
Right.
And that looks different for everybody. And if crafts are for you what it is for us, don't let it be anything less than something important.
Right. You want to show them your bag?
Yes. As always, I am a connoisseur of the bags of JoAnn's. And the only one they had left in our location ended up being a breast cancer bag, which said peace, love, cure. And with the amount of women in my family that have suffered from breast cancer that comes from my mom's side, this matters. And on top of just the regular fight of women's health care and how hard it is for women to get health care, because the stigma of our ratio of how much we can tolerate pain compared to what actually should be viewed as crucial and immediate need for medical care. Yeah, anything that can help support getting help. My cat is very needy. Our dog is in heat, and so our cat is not doing very well with that. She
wants to be cuddled. With that, we have a quote from Mother Teresa. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless. I think that is so wise. Yeah. I think she had the right idea. You do what you can with what you have, and words are what you have.
I know that there are a couple of people that at that right point in my life, I needed words that I didn't realize I needed. And those words changed the trajectory of how I viewed life at that time enough to be able to repeat them to this day. They are small sentences. They are not big, but they have created a stability in me that when my thoughts get racing or things get nuts, I say them again and everything comes back into focus because they have given life. They have spoken life into me. And those things are things I rely on. And those moments were pinnacle. Those moments were everything because I don't know if I would have made it. And I know that sounds very dramatic, but when things get to an acute point, if it does not change its trajectory, you're going off the cliff.
Yeah.
And if you can't have someone pull you off of this moving force that's pulling you closer to a void, sometimes it's just that right thing at that right time that just solidifies a different direction.
Yep.
And you don't know when you're the one that's going to be used for it.
Yeah.
I heard something the other day that's perfect for this. I think it was something along the lines of when you it was something about the fact that when you struggle to find when you struggle with your own battles, but when people call and you're answering the call and they start venting and you're able to meet them where they're at, it was something about the fact that no matter how much you wonder if you're failing, you are that person's blessing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what you're passing along because even though you're like, hey, well, where's that person for me? someone fed that into you and you're passing that on to somebody else, and you know that because you're passing it on, eventually that will come back around to you in that moment when you need it.
Yeah.
And it's like that whole cycle of, even when you're at your lowest point, sometimes you still have something to pour out. And you don't even know it until that call comes. And all of a sudden you're like, well, I heard this once and that really helped me. And then that changes them. And then all of a sudden that passes on to someone else. And then it comes back to you. And it's just, sometimes when we feel like we're nothing, we can sometimes be the biggest blessing in someone's life. Sometimes it's just that smile. Sometimes it's just that recognition.
Right.
Good Lord, I have such small encounters with some people, and I've had them just be, sometimes those are the best moments. It doesn't take a lot.
Right.
For such a big thing sometimes.
So with that, I want to say we appreciate you guys.
Oh,
and without you guys, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And that's my words to you.
Yeah.
The small, kind words can mean a lot.
And here's the thing, we're not a big channel that gets sponsorships or get paid for this, and some of this is our own fun. Some of this is kind of like a documented journal for us. We've gone back to older videos to be like, when did we do that? Yeah. Oh, we filmed that. When did we do that? And that has helped us in those ways. But honestly, those small moments where we can share a connection, because we live in such a part of the United States where it's not a big celebration. Right. To have this sort of a craft.
Right.
And our one store that we made a connection with other crafters is going away. There's other parts of the world where it's a huge celebration. They stop the whole entire city for all the crafters to come out and sit for a whole 24 hours, and vendors come out with different ideas of to feed yarn crafters, because it's a big pinnacle and a big part. I mean, down in Tennessee, I remember when Dad took you to a quilting, a big quilting conference, because it's
Paducah.
Because it's so big down there. We don't have anything that's that sort of celebration here, and so we find community when we share our passion with you guys, and you share your passion with us. It makes us feel like we have people. And just because we started the videos doesn't mean that it's never not important when you leave a comment. It means everything to us. It means that we are finding those people. So, kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless.
Yes.
Mother Teresa.
Yes.
As always, we thank you for joining us today. We hope that you were encouraged, or maybe found some inspiration, or just some fellowship today. We always enjoy making these videos, and we'll continue to do so. Leave a comment, share, leave a like, subscribe if you would like.
Yeah.
We do this sort of content all the time, normally once a week. And normally I have something that I try to share as well. But this last week, coming to terms with the fact that JoAnn's is going under, some of the yarns that I picked for some of my projects came from Big Twist, and realizing that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this, Yarn Chicken's going to be insane if I can't find that exact color. And so should I start over? There's been a lot to think about with some of my projects, so I had to take a pause. But we'll see you next week. Life goes on. We'll figure it out. And hopefully we can figure it out maybe with you guys too. To all of you who have enjoyed JoAnn's as much as we have, we hope that you guys are able to get your memorabilias while you can. And just thank all those workers who have been a big part of the love of this place and this craft. And to all to your people who are part of your town and your county that have congregated there and have had small fellowship there. Find ways of just saying thank you or hi or goodbye, as it really, even if you don't know them, or if it's just a smile as you pass by, you've seen their faces more than once. Even if you don't remember, the likelihood is that you have.
Kind words mean a lot.
So, as always, We hope that you stitch your way
to mental health.